Okay, let's talk about time zone requirements relative to the online modality inside of NAU. Let's go ahead and get started with this. All due dates on assignments are based upon either Mountain Daylight Time during when Daylight Savings Time is in effect, or Mountain Standard Time when Daylight Savings Time is not in effect. So typically in the Mountain Time Zone, there are exceptions, Arizona and some others, and we're actually going to cover that through a URL or website that I'm going to cover here in a minute. But typically, Mountain Standard Time is typically the first week in November to the first week in March. Mountain Daylight Time is typically the first week in March to the first week in November. So when the time changes between Daylight Savings Time being on or off, switches the corresponding Mountain Time Zone. Now, if you are concerned in terms of, okay, if that's 11:59 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, how do I know where I'm located, what that time differential is? There is a URL here called worldtimebuddy.com that I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what you need to do to find that corresponding time differential. So let me get to that website. And if you type in worldtimebuddy.com into your browser, you'll notice it may look something similar to what I've got listed here, but your base, what you're going to type in here is going to be Rapid City. Rapid City is home base. So you'll notice if you live on the East Coast or in Eastern Daylight Time, you're actually 2 hours ahead. So if it's 7:55 a.m. on Thursday, June the 27th, now 7:56 a.m., you're 2 hours ahead. If you live, say, in Kansas City, just throwing this up as an example, you are 1 hour ahead. Rapid City is home base. So Rapid City is 7:56, 8:56, there's a 1 hour ahead time. If you live in Los Angeles, for example, Los Angeles, California, you're an hour behind. So an 11:59 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time would actually be 10:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So it's actually an hour behind. There's a couple places in the world where Daylight Savings Time's not observed. For example, Phoenix, Arizona does not observe maximum 4 locations. Okay, so I'll delete out one. Let's get rid of New York here. Okay, because odds are you're not living in more than one place at a time. So Phoenix, Arizona, you'll notice right now when Daylight Savings Time is actually in effect, there is a 1 hour difference. When it becomes that we're off Daylight Savings Time, that actually changes. So this website will always tell you relative to your time what that time differential, whether it's a plus or minus. This also works if you're overseas or in Hawaii or anywhere that you're located. As long as you've got the basin of Rapid City as your home base, you type where you're located and it will show the time differential that's out there. The adult learner is always responsible for that time differential. It is not a valid excuse inside one of my courses to say, well, I thought I still had another hour to submit a discussion forum post, or it's the last minute in terms of getting a homework or a quiz in. The adult learner is responsible for any time differential in the online modality. If you have questions on this, don't hesitate to send me a private message inside the class portal. Thanks.